When Jesus heard it, he said, this sickness is not unto death. The first thing you got to understand is, whenever you hear a negative report, you got to whip up that rhema and say, this report is not unto death. This sickness is not unto death. This problem is not unto the end. I got a word for you this morning. Whenever a negative report comes up, whenever a negative, situation comes up, you got to have a word to combat that verdict. When Jesus heard, he said, you got to speak immediately. Don't let what you hear settle in. Don't let what you hear settle in. Don't let what you hear take root. The moment you hear something that is disturbing, take the sword of the Spirit and uproot it. Don't let it take root. You got to know, Jesus said, I'm not buying into this rubbish. This sickness is not unto death. And when he passed the verdict, the situation had to change. Every time you declare God's word over your situation, it's got to change. Every time you declare God's word over your problem, it's got to change. Every time you declare God's word over your body, it's got to change. Every time you declare God's word over your mountain, it's got to go. This sickness is not unto death. It's not going to end in death. There will be death. There will be death. But it's not going to end that way. That is not the end of the story. Oh God. This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God. Tell your neighbor, I'm getting ready to glorify God. Come on, tell your neighbor, I'm getting ready to glorify God. My life, my job, my soul, my academics, my career, my spirit. Oh, come on, somebody. My ministry, my church, my soul, my mind is getting ready to glorify God. I'm getting ready. Lift up your voice and say, I'm getting ready to glorify God. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's for the glory of God. Sometimes you cannot understand it because, after all, I am a friend. That's what Mother said. Your friend Lazarus, whom you love. You see, sometimes we cannot understand because, after all, I'm a friend. How could we be so close to him and he totally ignore us? How is it possible for him to be that way? My brothers and sisters, when it comes to the glory of God, I must understand that my relationship is for his glory. Somebody's got to get that. When it comes to the glory of God, it's not about your healing. It's not about your blessing. It's not about your child. It's not about your husband. It's not about your wife. It's not about your situation. Everything about you is for his glory. And when you are totally consumed in giving him all glory, you will experience all his good. You got to allow God to get all the glory so that you can experience all the good.